Hey everyone, today we're going to do a quick overview of the Vols digital library called Overdrive. You may know Overdrive if you used it with your local library. It's a way that we can get ebooks, so electronic books that we can read on our computers or cell phones or tablets or pretty much anything that has internet access. So since we're in this pandemic right now and you can't access books in the actual library and get a real book from me, this is a really great alternative for finding some new things to read and to keep you busy and interested in the readings that you're doing. So for today's lesson, you'll see that I have listed here 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 is watching this video that you're watching now. Number 2 is going to be completing the Get to Know You form that's going to be linked in this assignment. I haven't linked it yet, but it will be there. And then number 3 will be working on some typing games. So first, let's go into our Vols Digital Library. I added a link here for you. So it'll say Vols School Digital Library that you can get to quickly. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now, you'll see what it looks like, is pause your video where you're at and click on the link and get to this page. Once you're here, you can come back to this video and watch the next part. Okay, so pause now. All right, now that you have it open, we're going to log in. So you'll see that there is a please sign in. Actually, what I'd like you to do first is bookmark it. Again, I'm not going to keep posting this link, so it's better for you to have a bookmark of it. So again, just placing the star, and you can either name it Vols Digital Library. I think I'm going to go ahead and name it Overdrive because that's what the actual program's called. And maybe the word ebook, so I know that they're my electronic books. So again, you can name it whatever you want, then done. Okay, it'll show up in your bar. Here it is, Overdrive eBooks for me. And then to log in, you're going to use the same password that you use for your Google account. So the one that starts the capital R, capital S, capital D, and then you have your first and last initials, and then your number. So I'm going to use my sample account so you can see how it logs in. So that's all you need to type, and then you're going to click sign in. All right, when you get here, it's going to show you any of the new books that I have posted. You'll see that there is a collections where you can look through different types of collections. You can look by subject. If you're reading for accelerated reader for independent reading, you might want to look by level. So the ATOS levels for accelerated reader, we'll get into that for a minute. And then you'll have your account up here. So at this point, I would like you to pause the video again. I want you to log in, and then I would like you to click on this account to get to this part. Once you've gotten here, you can come back to this video and watch what you need to do next. So go ahead and pause. Okay, the next thing, the reason why I'm bringing you here is to make sure that we are checking out our books for as long as we want them to. So you're going to come down here to where it says settings, and you'll notice it says 14 days and 14 days. I want you to change these both to 21 days, because what happens is you check out a book and that book will stay with you for that number of days. Once it hits 21 days, it's going to automatically return to me. So if you're not done reading the book at that point, you're going to have to check it back out. So at least if we move it to 21 days, this gives you a full 3 weeks to read the book before it auto returns. There will be an option you'll see as you log in that will give you an option to return a book when you're like 3 or 4 days out. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But just this way, right off the bat, you have 3 weeks to read whatever book you take out. You can see over here that you're allowed to take out 3 books at a time. All right. And that's as many as you can check out. It'll give you a limit, so it won't let you check out past that. All right. Let's say you're looking for a book for accelerated reader. You're going to come up to where it says levels, and you're going to choose the ATOS level. Okay. This is the same as the AR level that your teacher is going to give you. And let's say your level is a 3.4. You can see down here, you might want to look between the 3.0 and 4.0 range. And you can see now that I have 62 books that fall in that range. So when I click on that, it's going to bring up all the books that fall in that range, and you can kind of look at the difference. Now, I want to show you one thing here. Notice that this has a book symbol and this has headphones. Okay? This is a book that you can actually read. And this is a book that you listen to. There are no words. So it's just somebody reading the book to you. So you would use these audiobooks if you actually had the book in front of you, and that way you can listen to somebody read it to you. But other than that, you should be checking out books that have the words in it that you're actually going to be reading along. So let's take a look at what happens. Let's say I'm interested in reading Judy Moody. I go ahead and click on Judy Moody. If I click on it again, it's going to bring me into the actual book itself. Okay, a few things. It's going to give me a little bit of a summary. I can click more to read more about the summary. Okay, it's going to give me the level. So this is a 3.5 book. Okay, it's going to tell me that I can borrow it. And it's going to show me other books that if I like this book that I might also like. So these are other books that I might want to read if I like this one. So let's say I want to check out this book. I'm going to go ahead and click borrow. Now it's in my checkout section. So I can hit go to checkouts, or anytime you come in, you're going to click the account button and it'll show you all the books you have checked out. Now notice it says returns and renewals. So this is giving you different books that it says if you downloaded a book and it returned, you can return the button here. If you need to renew something, there'll be a little renew button. So instead of return, you might have a renew option if you want to keep the book longer than the 21 days. So now let's say I want to read my book. Once I'm here, and you can get here anywhere, if you're on your computer, if you're on your cell phone, if you're on a tablet, if you're on a Kindle, you can read it with a Kindle. So any device that has internet access, you can pretty much read this book on. So if I want to read this, I'm going to click on read. And it's going to open the book right here in my browser. And there it is. So then I can go and I just click. And as I click, it's going to flip the pages just like I'm reading a book. But instead, it's on my computer. And this is actually the table of contents if you wanted to jump to a different chapter. But I'm going to read it in order just like I would. And here's my first chapter. And it's going to read and have the pictures just like the actual book in the library, except it's on your computer instead. The other thing I wanted to show you is as you're reading this, if you want to read it offline, let's say when you go home, you don't have internet. When you're at school, you're going to click up at the top here. See where my hand is? I click up at the top and then I come over to this little three-line menu and you can do offline access. So if I click offline access and I start my download and I download this book, it's going to be on my computer and now I don't need internet to read it. So you're going to leave the tab open. That's the only thing. So once you download it, so if I say start download, now you're going to leave this tab open. Don't close this, but now I can go anywhere. I can be sitting and riding in my car. I can be sitting at my brother's soccer game. Wherever I am, I don't need internet. I can still read the book because it's now on my computer instead of using the internet. Okay, so if that's the case, just make sure you leave this tab open. Otherwise, if you're going to have internet, you can close this at any time. And then the next time you open it, it's going to open up to whatever page you left off on so you can continue reading. So Overdrive is a really awesome option for you. It's something that you can use to find a lot of books. I'm actually going to be purchasing many, many more books, probably in your reading range over the next week or so that'll show up on here. So you'll have a pretty nice selection of books that you can choose from. So I'm going to return this because I'm not actually going to read this book, and this way it'll be available for other people. What I'd like you to do now is to make sure that you have changed your settings to 21 days. If you haven't done that, pause the video here and do that now. Once you've done that, then I'd like you to take a minute and just, search around. If you want to search by fantasy or humor, you can actually search up here by title. So let's say if you want to know if I have any Dogman books. I honestly don't. I know I'm purchasing some for ebooks. Nope, I don't have any yet, but I am going to be buying some. So you can search for anything you want. Maybe I'm just going to search the word dog and see what comes up. And that's going to show me books that have things about dogs. So these are all books that are available to you to read. As long as they are this dark black color, they're available. If not, they might be already borrowed and you have to wait to use it. But go ahead and take a browse around here. If you want to check out a book, you're more than welcome to check out a book at any time. And once you're done that, you can then go back to your classroom and you can move on to the Google form just filling out your form, and then going into typing to do some typing games. So again, the games are up in the top of the screen, and you can just play around for 5 to 10 minutes typing and see how those games are and which games you like the best. All right, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment in the classroom or raise your hand if you're live today, and I'll address those as quickly as I can. Good luck with everything.